Sure. I'm Jennifer Binkley, and I'm a professor at the law school at the University of Wisconsin Law School. I'm a clinical professor, so I teach students in an experiential way. We have cases, we provide service to the community through that, but I also teach them to be family law practitioners. It's always so appreciative to receive an award, but I've been doing pro bono my entire career. I started as a clinical student, and I did a year of pro bono clinical work when I was in law school for not for credit. This is wonderful to be recognized, and does mean a lot that my peers recognize it, and I hope is inspirational to others, because that's the most important thing to me, that other attorneys do the work that I do. My first experience was I was a clinical law student for a year and a summer, and I received credit, and then loved the cases, loved the work I was doing, and I talked to my professor and I said, can I just do this not for credit, because I don't need the credits? And by spring semester, I was paying per credit. So it actually saved me money to do it pro bono. So it was a little bit self-serving, but I loved the work that I was doing, and I loved being with clients and helping them, and it was in family law. Then I joined a firm. In between that, my first couple years out of law school, I did a lot of little grant projects and things. I was staying home mostly with my young children. But I started doing pro bono work through my bar association, my local bar association. So that's how I got started. And I just saw there was such a need for assistance for pro se litigants in family law, but also in other areas. So small claims is another area I've worked quite a lot in providing services. Right, well, we're all busy. I'm busy too. I have a pretty demanding full-time job. I'm of counsel from my former firm. I still have cases with that. I still always find time to do a lot of pro bono. And I think that it's one of those things where if you make a commitment to it, your life will expand to allow you to have some time to do it, because you'll actually gain so much out of it. You'll have feelings of such satisfaction, and it makes you happier. It makes you better able to do the work you do. You will learn a lot. You'll have given yourself space to learn, where with a client, you may just be really constrained by billable hours. I think firms can support it for those same reasons, and should, and they will find it to be a good business model, because their lawyers will be happier lawyers, they'll be better lawyers, and they'll be more able to, provide the services that they provide to their paying clients, because they've been given the leeway to be able to provide those services. And they're going to have greater job satisfaction. They're going to stay longer. So I think it's a win-win for everybody when you really open yourself up to the possibility and don't just say, I'm too busy, because we're all busy. I get that. There's no person I know who does pro bono that has a ton of free time, but they do it. Well, I think this isn't quite answering your question, but I've received a lot of awards in my career for doing the work that I do, and I kind of sometimes wish those awards were sitting on someone else's shelf, because I wish there were more people that were available, so to speak, to get those. And I was glad there was sort of a dry spell where lots of other people were getting the awards. But I think that, it is wonderful to be recognized, but I love it when there's tons of other people that should be recognized. And one of the things that I do in my pro bono work is actually, I'm the chair of my local bar association, which hands out awards every year. And that is also incredibly satisfying and wonderful to see all the wonderful work that other attorneys are doing, and that it's not just me. And that's just great to see, because if you can just, again, if everybody steps up, we're going to get a lot more done, and have a lot more impact. Sure, yeah, well, call me if you're local, because I've got some great ideas and great programs. But I think that's it, though. Find a program that's in place that has a lot of good support. If you call a place and they don't, they're not there, and they're not gonna call you right back, because I get it, places are busy, but maybe that's not the right place for you to get your feet wet with it. You want to have some place that's got a lot of infrastructure, perhaps training, which again, your firm might like, if you're getting training in a niche kind of law that you're not real comfortable with. That's one. So there's different concerns people might have with doing pro bono. And I think you can find an organization or a program that can assuage your concerns, whether it's I'm not really comfortable with this area of law, or I don't know about this client base, or what about insurance, those kind of things, there's going to be some place that can provide you that support.